The DGTL Classic Series, a series in which we are going to race the 2003 FIA DG machinery, mainly because this year it's 10 years since the championship, so it's kind of a 10-year anniversary thing, and it's been a long time in the Danish Grand Touring League since we've raced these actual cars. We are racing all add-ons now, and the main series is emulating the World Endurance Championship, a series called the Virtual Endurance Championship. So we wanted to return to these high-powered GT cars, and I'm going to be emulating the first race of the season, which is at Road Atlanta, and it's a race for 90 minutes. I'll only be doing 30 minutes this time, and I'm going to be starting at a random grid position. I'm going to run no rain, or let's make that fun and set it changeable, and we're just going to go straight to the race. So let's have it load here. Get ready for some serious racing. It's actually surprising to me how good this game is with the original cars and just a few add-on tracks, and how good the racing with the AI is. So I think I'm gonna have to turn down the volume of GTR2 here a bit. I'm guessing this is a little bit too loud. It's hard to hear what I'm saying now. We're gonna go like this, yeah. Sorry, the television is on in the background. I'm waiting for the American Long race at VIR. So here we are on the grid, ready for the race. I've made a small setup here. Has just a few changes from the original default setup. It's 8 wing, a little bit more camber. I lowered it a centimeter to reduce the brake ducts to 2, and set up the gears so it's a little bit more appropriate for this track. And I guess that's about it, and we're ready to go on the fuel. We need that to go much higher. I should need about 50 liters on the pit stop on second to last or third to last lap, so that should be okay, and we are about ready to go. Ready for the formation lap here. I have to take care, and I see I'm starting last at the moment, so it's going to be a tough one. The track's quite bumpy, especially on the inside here on the start-finish line. There's a real big bump, so I'm going to have to stay away from that. There's only one good thing about starting last, and that's really that you don't get hit by cars from behind, because the field tends to drive at a real bumpy pace here, and they bump into each other, and if you slow down to not hit the car in front of you, the car behind you will just drive up your rear bumper. It's really annoying. The first laps here, I'm going to change it so I can look at the tire temperatures. I'm on medium tires. I guess that should be okay. I didn't actually check the weather, so that could be quite a surprise. Look at all these cars. Looking good. The trees at this track are, I think, particularly good looking. They really have some some volume to them. That's a good scene right there with all the cars on the formation lap driving up the straight here. And of course, banners we just passed under from our series, the DGTL Classic series. So this track is just slightly updated with a few details. And I'm going to switch to the brake discs, and I'm going to start warming up the brakes now, just depressing the brake pedal while using the throttle. So that's why the temperatures are climbing now. So I can heat up the brakes while keeping a relatively constant speed. And I want to hit 450 degrees before this race goes green, if I can. Let's see. Now, that screen right there, and I'm gonna have to take it inside here. Watch out, cars are gonna go inside. Yeah, that's really good. And now they're gonna shuffle ahead of me, so I'm gonna have to watch out. Suddenly they take a different line. And I'm in a GT cars, and all these are NGTs, what's later known as GT2 cars. Watch out on the grass there, and try not to cut anyone off. Get a good run down here. See if I can carry speed here. Ah, he went to... Oh my god. It's getting exciting, this. This should be my second gear corner, and then I should have changed the gears so I can stay in second here and still get a relatively good acceleration. Yeah, it's okay, not bad. I'm running the GT car, which is equivalent to the old GT1s, but at this time in 2002 the cars were still known as GTs and NGTs. Okay, so the field was 32 cars, so I must have been 32 when the race started, and I'm now on 19. We're still making our way through these NGT cars. I'm trying to get some heat into the tires. Gonna have to remember to cut that curb as much as that every time, because it really gives you much better momentum. Oh, the yellow flag up here. Gonna listen to my pit crew. Whoa. So now I'm at the back of the GT field. These guys are going to be much harder to overtake. Guessing which side he's going to go to. There's one more. It's that old Porsche there. It's actually a GT2 car. That's a GT1 car before they reduced the size of engines in class. There was an old GT. Oh, where's another car off? From what I remember, it's 1998, 1999, and there's a GT1 class that's GT1 above the class that was known as GT1. It had the McLaren F1s and stuff like that racing in it, Mercedes, CLK, stuff like that, Porsche 911, the Evo, the one that actually looks like a prototype but really isn't. that's the old GT1 cars. They then disappeared because they were too expensive to run, and they made the old GT2 class. They just rebranded that to GT1, or just straight up GT. And that Porsche running there, that's running on the same rules as those cars. Then under GT, under FIA GT, became slightly changed, and the weight of the cars and engine size and stuff like that was changed, so that these GT cars are actually a little bit faster than those older GT1 cars. Oh, Celine off the track, watch out. There's a lot of cars going off in this race. It's actually quite dangerous if I'm not careful and listening. So in that class, that Porsche we saw, Salines were racing there, Lister Storms racing there, and the Chrysler Vipers. And that's part of why the Chrysler Viper in this GT class, the one that's slightly changed from the rebranded GT2 class, is just not up to pace with these Ferraris. Only the Celine really is, but as I remember it, there's something about changing different motors and doing different things to the Celines, because they are really close to prototypes in the way they are built and allowed to race. Yes, take the curb. Concentrate, try slow in here. We can get early on the throttle and get a lot of speed down the short straight. Yes, that did the trick. Actually, this part of the track, those two turns I just passed through, the hard thing is actually turning in early enough. Because if you brake too late and turn in late, you make the turn about twice the size of what it really is. So you really need to focus on braking early and turning in early to do those fast. And that was too fast into this chicane, so now my exit speed is not too good. This is just plain scary corner here. Sector 1, so that's could be ahead of me somewhere here. Sector 1 is up to just after this corner. No one's there. That must have been behind me. That Ferrari is just clinging to me. Let's hope we can catch more cars when we get up to the back of the field here. I think we're catching up with the back of the NDT field, so we're starting to lap the slower cars now. It could actually give me a bit of a break on the guys ahead of me. Let's try and see the pit board this time. Positions in time. 5 seconds and I'm in 10th place. Oh, that's 9th place right there. These guys seem a lot slower. That must mean the guy behind me is quite fast, because he's still just right in there. Ah, there's some NGT cars in the mix here, yeah. That is the back of the NGT field. Then are we gonna go 3 wide here? No. I'm gonna change to see how much remains the race. 21 minutes. So we're just about 10 minutes into the race, a third of the way, and I have a third of my fuel left. I don't think even if I short shift this, it's possible to do it without a pit stop. I need to stop at some point. Fuel the car. Ah, the guy is right behind me. He's gonna go on the inside or tap me. I'm so scared. Stay away. Please. Don't hit me. Ah, he's just clinging on for dear life. Let's get up and get this Viper done. Over with. Come on, 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 go to acceleration, come on. Oh yes. Oh. Now he's got less downforce, so he's not going to be as much trouble in the corners. I hate those when they drive really close to you. You can, all the time you're scared they're gonna. That was perfect going. I'm scared they're gonna hit you from behind and shove you off. It's gonna be like an end your race right there. Being shoved up by stupid AI. Yellow flag up here. Oh, I'm so lucky. I could have hit that guy so hard. I was fully on the brakes right there, so I just had to concentrate on trying to steer while I was braking that hard. That's actually not always easy, because even though it doesn't sound like you're hooking up the front wheels. You're actually always making them slide a little bit more, and that means while you're braking that hard, you will always lose grip on the front or steering capabilities on the front tires, because they are sliding. So it can actually be pretty hard to steer the car while driving that. So if you brake too much, you won't be able to avoid crashes or drive around cars. Lucky for me there, I just found the hole and got the car turned. So we're now P5, 1.3 seconds. Now, come on. No, stay behind here. Try to get good exit speed. Catch this guy, and then there's a Viper straight ahead. Yeah. So all these Porsches and Porsche 911s and this Ferrari 360 is in the NGT class. And this Viper ahead of me here is in my class, and that must be the guy in 4th place. So I guess right about now it's time to be a little bit more conservative and take even less chances. Just ruin his corner there by looking like I'm going to go up. Let's wait with him and just take him on the back straight, because I think my car's faster than his. So if you just stay behind him here and then use this section to close up the gap. That could be up here. It's not. Then I need to get closer. I need to get closer. Come on. That's enough. If I could just get a good... Oh, no. I could have him with the drafting. So draft him. And then outside, yes. Good overtaking. More NGT machinery and a fly near my eye. That's annoying. Up to the next guy. It's wonderful, this game. It really is. I don't really think it gives away when you're racing here that it's 8 years old now, this game. Force feedback is great, and the cars are just terrific. Now I know we improved the cars and stuff like that, and we balanced out these GT cars for GTR 24H in past years, and I've also included in this mod, I've included some changed gear ratios, because if you race at the really long tracks with the long straights, the 6th gear just can't get long enough on several of the cars. But apart from that, they're so good. And they're fast, and you can race them close without not like the LMP cars. If you race those really close and guys brake as hard as they can, they're just gonna keep hitting each other all the time. It's just really dangerous to drive close in LMP cars. This is because it has the longer braking distance, the difference in braking points are not that big, so it doesn't come as a surprise to you when a guy brakes half a meter ahead of you. You don't hit him in the back with something like 60 or 70 kilometers per hour. You just slide in and bump tap them a little bit, so it doesn't end your race. You can get some aero damage and bend stuff, but it doesn't end your race. Damn those GT cars. They are so fast. Just a little over half race distance now. 13 minutes remaining. And I'm in P4, 3.5 seconds. They must be right up here. That was very good. It's gonna be a fast lap. There's one here somewhere. It's that Viper, the green Viper ahead. That's my key to 4th place. Can't use the draft here to get ahead. I did. So let's get that first. Let's get the podium position. I think we just did it right there. I think that was the GT car in the gravel. Let's try second gear. I was out of timing, so I had to do second gear instead of third, which I normally do in that corner. Somehow this just feels immensely... Oh, that was late braking. Somehow this just feels immensely authentic. And the way you sit in the car and the way everything looks, it just looks authentic. There's a little bit bad resolution on the board there, on the dash, and the wheel rim doesn't look too realistic. But the whole feel of it just makes it feel so authentic, and the way the car drives and hits the bumps, and it's just, oh, you're just in there. I feel like I'm actually in the railways. Oh, P2. It was so. I can. Ah, that's my splitter right there. Oh, if the car's drivable, we need to quickly get. It was just about the worst place on the track. I have no splitter now, so my front downforce is gone. Gonna have to take these corners extra slow now, because I nearly can't turn. Oh, and we're gonna have to do the pit stop now. Yes, got some damage to the front end of the car and should expect some understeer. Oh, get to the grass. Yes, I'm going to take my pit stop now. Let's call the pits. Take that. Oh, cancelled? No, I want to go into the pits, guys. Come on. Okay, no radio response. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that they actually are ready. I can't turn. Don't hit me, you idiot! And now I'm caught in a goddamn gravel trap. This is just so costly. And there's a fly or something. Keep annoys me in the eye. This is just turning out to be really annoying. Alright, got it. And the new pit entrance is right here to the right. Going down the hill, small turns. And here we are. And where is my pit crew? Oh, I'm at the end here, I think. See how warm the tires are. It might be. It's not that. There they are. There they are. There they are. Gonna stop here. Yes. Puncture on the right front also. Yes. And I want to have significantly more fuel. Just about 80 liters, and I want to repair the car, except the suspension damage. I want a splitter and I want my aero damage fixed. Just the splitter, not the aero damage, so the bumps won't go out, but I'll still get a new splitter. Yes, medium tires. On the front, don't change the rear ones. So that'll give me a 79-second pit stop. Let's do that. Fueling. Haha, the right corner of the car is just beaten in. Ah, I hit that guy. That annoys me. Hopefully the other cars will need a pit stop too in just about a lap or two.
Repairs underway. Hold for go signal.
Change the front wheels.
All clear. Go, go, go.
New Hope now.